So this project dates back at least 2 years, two and a half. Wanda and I had in 1999 an exhibition here that was surrounding motherhood rights in America. And out of the blue, about 2.5 years ago, I got this project I'm working on. I'd like to see you do something in Birmingham civil rights sometime soon. I'm like, sure. I'm thinking, we can do that pretty quickly. 2.5 years later, here we are. It's been an interesting process, but we are so proud that the first wave of this very important project chronicling Puerto Rican life in the United States launches here in Birmingham. I think it's a great place for it to launch. And this project will be huge. You'll be hearing about this for years to come. You can say, I was there when everything first got started. So this is a very important show. The work is beautiful. We will give you a chance to obviously go and check things out. We want you to hear from the photographer herself about her vision, why she's doing this. So without further ado, we're going to get out of the way and introduce Ms. Wanda Benvenutti here, which will give you a breakdown of how this came about and then how you might be able to get involved. All right, so please let me welcome Ms. Wanda Benvenutti.
La mentira de raza empieza en este país con una palabra en español, negro, black. So basically what I just said is the lie of race, the social construct of race began in this country with the Spanish word, negro, black, with the conquistadors who showed up first. And what exactly is a social construct but a lie? An idea created by society that is normalized. People actually believe that it's real, and in fact, it is not real. It is not based on factual information. And it's frustrating because basically what a social construct does is that it reinforces the status quo, otherwise known as the way things have always been. So this is not new information. Back in 1964, a very famous sociologist, anthropologist, and Ashley Montague, he wrote about this. This is a really amazing book. It changed my life. It's called The Concept of Race. He attacked race as a lie. I'm going to read part of this. He attacked it as a biologically unsound, socially invalid, and prejudicial means of human classification. I'm going to read that again. Prejudicial means of human classification. Now, I know the first time I read this book, I thought to myself, well, what about Charles Darwin? There he was, traipsing around the Galapagos Islands, classifying every single thing his hungry-minded eyes could find, right? Go back to the text. Not once did he use his work to classify human beings. Not once in that text. It was for plants and animals, never for people, okay? So when he published the Origin of the Species in 1859, it was the social and political climate of the time that caused his work to be used to justify a system of thought that we now understand to be white supremacy. Now you know this made me angry. The color of skin in human beings, it's the one characteristic that is used to justify this myth of race. So the social and political climate of the time, I'm sure that probably sounds familiar to all of us today, doesn't it? The need to be seen. It informs so much of my work as a photojournalist. The need to be seen as equal is such a basic part of being a person in this world. To see equality, I propose to you all that this is a spiritual choice. It's also a physical act. To see, of course, we begin with our eyeballs, right? But it's our minds that get in the way because we've been told this lie over and over again, that race is real. Now, don't misunderstand. The consequences of this social construct, the consequences of race are extremely real. Where people live, their access to healthcare, education, their very economic viability and survival, all predicated on this lie of race. the lie that was created to keep us separated as a culture and as a country. And I have to confess to you all that after 16 years, I've gone through 3 cars. In 16 years, I've crisscrossed this country. I've been treating this country as my personal parking lot. And this is the thing that always happens to me. And I know this is not uncommon for most Puerto Rican people. Folks cannot make sense of who I am. You see, porque yo no tengo una cajita, I don't have a little box to be put in. There is not one category to put me in. Does anyone else remember the U.S. Census forms, those categories, back in the 80s, even in the 90s? I had all kinds of interesting arguments with my parents about this. I always checked the box of other. There was never a place for me. Because I stand before you, a woman, a Puerto Rican, a photojournalist. I am from the island and of the people who have lived beyond race in this country, in every state for over 100 years. It's very emotional, I just look at it. Okay. So who we are is a people from the past, pulling the future into the present time. And what that means is we are literally embodying the inclusive reality of culture. We can't choose a side on the racial divide in this country because we are on all of the sides. So this work obviously has a mission. American Boricua's purpose is to tell the story of a beautiful culture here in the United States. Because there are more of us living in every state of the U.S. and Puerto Rico for all kinds of reasons, and that's a whole other lecture and exhibition. But its spiritual purpose is to give the world a visual roadmap so that we actually can see the visual evidence. This is the difference between what a photographer does and what a photojournalist does. We present the visual evidence to the world so that people can decide for themselves what it means. This visual evidence proves that we can live beyond the exclusive idea of race by embodying the inclusive nature of culture and ethnicity. We can do it. We've been doing it for 100 years. The problem is that people are not willing to see. American Boricua is my prayer. It's my work. This work is my invitation to you to look around the corner of your fear, question what you see, look, see. Are you willing to see what I see? And what I see is this beautiful reality of equality in the United States today. So, I would also say that equality is not just an idea. It began as a dream. It is not just an idea, it is real. Equality is real if we're willing to see. Before I go on and on, because I can go on and on, work of this nature obviously cannot continue. I've been to 32 states in 16 years without support. And Jasmine went to actually the lovely Jasmine plays. She's going to get the machine that we need, but if you would like to be a part of this and to make it happen, you are invited to bring some of this work home. It's all for sale. She'll happily take care of you. And we also have a print here as a gift. All you have to do is put your name in a basket. Can you put a basket? Is that right, Laura? Something? We'll go get a basket. Put all your contact information. I guess we'll draw it about an hour. Maybe? We'll draw it before an hour. Okay. Whatever Ahmad says. And I have to give you my special thanks, Mr. Ahmad Ward, and your beautiful family. I've been keeping your photos in my car for 2.5 years. Amina and Sani, my beautiful Boricua car angels. You know, I don't have a sister. I love you so much. It is such a blessing to call you friend as we continue to build this common visual language and equality together. Thank you. And of course, I'd like to continue this conversation with you all. I'm very easy to find online. AmericanBoricua.com, on Instagram, American Boricua, Wanda, American Boricua. You can find, and I'm not hard to find. And I'd like to welcome you to the future. Bienvenido a Futuro Ahora, and God bless you. Thank you for being here.